Hello everybody, good evening. Taff's Word Live, here we go. Monday night, 10 o'clock. Who watched Man City and Everton? If you did, what do you think of the game? In my opinion, two poor sendings off. What do you guys reckon? Who went to Newport County and Coventry? How good of a game was that? How good of a day was that? Who's going to Leeds tomorrow? Jamie Buckley, hello. Bluebirds TV, you've actually made it at the beginning for once. Well done, mate. So who watched the Man City and Everton game? I think poor refereeing again. I certainly think it was extremely poor. I thought both sendings off were awful sendings off, both of them. Hello everyone, everyone's coming in, everyone's firing in at once. Happy days. I haven't even been on for a minute yet and we've already got about 20 people here. So how's it going all? Usual faces as always. Well, I don't get to see your faces, you only get to see mine, don't you? But there we go. We got the usuals. Weaker Chris. Oh, I ain't Chris. Nobody's me. If you think that, nobody's. Luke Kevin. Shout out for you. We got U and B. Let's go back. We got LKB. We got Up the County. We got Jack Carey. We got Georgie Harbs again. Mr. B. Rob Parsons is in. Favourite time of the week. Come on, I'm not that good, mate. Come on, mate. Aaron Day, do you know what happened, mate? Right, word has it, Coventry fans approached the buses and kicked off. Buses poured out to fight back. Police formed a wall on our fans and started beating them. And I was there, I saw the whole thing. Well, I didn't see the beginning when the Coventry fans were there. I just saw obviously the police beating our fans mercilessly and verbally abusing and antagonising and trying to spark a reaction so they could hit them. Obviously, it was a setup, in my opinion, a setup so they can justify their overtime pay. They obviously like getting paid their money and they don't want to lose it, so they've got to justify it at the end of the day. So, there we go. Situation between Grimsby and Stevenage. I've always been critical of the stewarding at Stevenage. I think they are quite antagonistic. I think they are quite forceful. And they've obviously taken it to a new level. They got intelligence that a group of high-risk fans were coming down. That's what they're trying to say. At the end of the day, you don't treat people like that just because you think that they're going to be high-risk. You just don't treat people like they're animals. I'm sorry. But Stevenage just haven't got a leg to stand on that one, I'm afraid. Right then. So you've seen me on Saturday on the M50 in a Ford. No. You wouldn't have seen me in a Ford, you'd have seen me in a Fiat. I was in a yellow Fiat. That is my fiance's father's car. Big Phil, the legend that is. I always go in that car. I'm in a big yellow Fiat whenever I go on away games. Right. I did go past a lot of, Cardiff buses. You were at Wolves, when you? We did go past quite a lot of Cardiff buses as it goes, So I take it you went to Wolves then, did you, mate? LKB, what benefits will we get if we beat Leeds tomorrow? Well, of course, we'll get prize money for getting through the next round. We'll be in the draw with a hell of a lot of big clubs. So where Leeds is one of the biggest draws we've had for a long time, we could be up for an even bigger one then. So that's the benefits, basically. I mean, obviously, you look at Lincoln and their cup run last year, and that was pretty damn good, wasn't it, really? The games that they played, the teams that they played against, the money they made. Fair play to them, and Sutton as well. So that's the benefits. You've got a cup run, you're going to get the chance of playing some really big teams. Right, Georgie Hams, you beating Coventry at the weekend just shows how open this league is this year. Yeah, of course, it is very open. It's anyone's game when it comes to the playoffs. I think there's about 18 teams that could finish in the top 7 this year. I really do believe that. I don't think there's any obvious league winner except maybe Luton with the start that they've had, except maybe Coventry because they were still bloody damn good. And we played extremely well to grind that result out, to be honest with you. Although we did take the game to Coventry, we took it to them and we stuck it to them. And we looked the better team in the first half. And even though the goal was quite fortunate, we were good value for it at that point. So when you've got a goal to defend against, you're not going to take any risks, really. You're going to try and slow the game down and defend for your lives and keep hold of that goal. So name the last 10 county managers most recent first. Fucking hell, that's going to be easy, isn't it? So Michael Fling, Graham Wesley, Warren Feeney, John Sheridan, Terry Butcher, Jimmy Dack, Justin Edinburgh, Anthony Hudson, Tim Harris, Dean Oldsworth, Peter Beadle. Do you want me to keep going or what? Awesome win on Saturday, 900 fans. Yeah, well, brilliant win, brilliant turnout from our supporters, fair play. Considering our average away support was about 1 to 200 last year, to take 900 fans. I know it was a big club, but still to take 900 fans, it was quality. What did you buy in Lidl yesterday with that Scacer? Oh, that's my brother, that is, that Scacer. Michael's a season ticket holder at the county as well, mind. Big part of the Amber Army group, does a lot for the group as well, fair play to him. He does like Liverpool as well, so he does wear Liverpool tops every now and again. In Lidl, what did I buy? I can't remember. I think I bought some stuff for lunch. Yeah, we do. I share a flat with my brother, and I think we just bought some baguettes and stuff to have some lunch. But anyway, this is football talk, not my eating habits. Oi to the oi, what Mark does. Check out his channel, he's got some good shit going on. Jamie Buckley, I want to travel over with my friend for the next home game. How do I get tickets from Ireland? You can pretty much pay on the day, but then you can buy online, and then at the same time, then you can go and pick them up when you turn up at Newport. So yeah, I mean, we've had fans from America come over and they bought their tickets online before they travelled over, and they collected their tickets when they arrived. So yeah, you could do it that way. I'm sure there's an option when you buy them online. Jay North, how's it going, Chris? It's going well, Jay. How are you, mate? Georgie have Yeovil and Crawley to go down. Well, to be honest with you, yeah, they seem the obvious two that'll jump out to you to start with, but Newport County, we've been one of those obvious ones, at the beginning of each season for the last 2 years, and we haven't gone down either time. So there we go. We signed quickly and we linked with 2 Hartlepool strikers. Do you think Marlon Jackson's on his way out? I don't think so, because Flinney offered him a deal. So he's backs him. He's played him. I think Marlon Jackson is definitely in his plans. This whole stuff of the 2 strikers from Hartlepool, I don't actually believe it. I don't actually believe that that Flinney's signing them. Although Eamon would be good, or Rodney would be good for a future person, but I just can't see it happening. It means we'd be paying fees for them, and we're stretched on our budget. I can't see us paying a fee for a player, to be honest with you. I'll be surprised if it goes through. Opinions on Jordan Green and Sid Nelson. I bet you meant to say that, Aaron. Jordan Green didn't impress me much when he was here. He was fast, but he just couldn't get the ball to his feet well enough. Couldn't find the goal well enough. Or couldn't find his pass well enough. Sid Nelson was good for us. Obviously fell out of favour towards the end, but he still played a big part in the Great Escape, so got a lot of respect for him. So Yeovil, I mean, they're trying to plug up some gaps. I think Sid Nelson has stopped some goals from coming in, but I don't think Jordan Green's going to offer them anything going forward. Jack Carey would love Arsenal in the next round away, just to see Arsenal Fan TV's reaction when we beat them. Well, that'd be a big ask of the county to beat Arsenal, but we've got to beat Leeds first. So let's see what happens tomorrow night. Leeds not really having much of a strike force to play against us, so there we go. We may have a chance, if they got no firepower, then we can defend against it quite well, and we can maybe pinch it, as they bomb people forward. We'll see though. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you miss the conference? 1. Oh, I do miss some of the away days at some of the smaller grounds. It's nice to see a bit of club with a club with a bit of character and a bit of community, sort of self-being. But I don't really miss the conference. I just love Newport County being back in the Football League too much, so I can't really say I miss it at all. Lewis NCFC, can't wait for these tomorrow. Neither can I. You a Liverpool supporter, Taff? No, Rob, I'm a Newport County supporter, but I do like Liverpool. Grew up with Liverpool when the county wasn't really around. I know the county were around, but as a kid, you've got to be shown the way to go over there. I found my own way later in life, and for life now, absolutely for life with the county. Still like to see Liverpool do well though. Luke Kevin Lees will be sentenced to deletion. Right, I might be a bit dumb, it might be late in the night, I'm not quite sure what that means. If I'm being dumb, call me dumb. Apparently Newport are going to send Devante Rodney from Hartlepool. Like I said, it would mean paying a fee. I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we got the money to pay a fee, to be honest. Thoughts on Nelson Yeovil? Not sure if it's been asked, never mind. Yeah, I think Nelson's a good signing. I just don't think Green is. Rhino lad, so happy with the county. Our fans are the true 12th man. Anything is possible at Leeds. Oh, definitely, absolutely, absolutely. You know, we're such good fans when we travel. We're such good fans at home as well when people want to get behind the Amber Army and actually get involved with the atmosphere. But yeah, 12th man, definitely. We're definitely a good 12th man. Kim Willis, Taff, the away day commentary game is my favourite vid. Chris Ball and his girlfriend Jennifer, they make the away day videos, so they get the credit for that. Ollie Starling, scum. Who? Chris Curtin, ugly get. Not only, mate, you're preaching to the choir, mate. I know where I am. Xavi, ever been to Tranmere with the county? Yes, I went to watch a 0-0 draw on a Tuesday night the one time. Crap game, but there we go. Ollie Starling, when did you shag your last sheep? Right after I shagged your mum, mate. Lewis NCFC original. There we go. Yeah, thought as much as well. Chris Curtin, see you at Leeds. Rob Parsons, we now have a lot of strikers. How do you think Flinney will keep them all happy? They won't like being dropped. I think Flinney is creating a very together sort of group, and he's doing it fairly. He's not freezing people out for the sake of it. He's being honest with players. If they're not going to figure, I think he's being honest and letting them know. If they got a place to fight for, he's giving them the opportunity to fight for that place. So it's keeping people on their toes, and it's making sure the people who are playing are fighting to keep their team, creating that competition for the team, but keeping people together shows that there's not going to be any resentment for each other when they do actually, go head to head for a place in the team. So yeah, yeah. So players who get dropped, it's football. You're playing professional football. It's a competitive game, for not just between the teams, but for teammates as well. So they're going to be realistic about this, I think, and he's keeping the team happy. He's doing it fairly as well. Greg, welcome back, mate. Hi, Chris. I'm absolutely buzzing at the moment. Do you know if there's an option for county fans to pay at the turnstile at Forest Green Rovers a week Tuesday? I'd imagine there will be. Is it still Checker Trade? I'm not sure. I think it might be someone else who sponsors it, but I always call it Johnson's Paint Trophy or the Auto Screen Shield. It's been called so many different things. But I think it's the League Trophy, really, is what the original name is for it. I think there should be a pay on the day for that. It's not going to be a high-profile fixture where you're going to need to have it all ticket. Aaron Day, I will try and confirm that for you, though, mate. Aaron Day, what do you think the players think when they hear us sing? Well, you've got to try and put yourself in their shoes, to be honest with you. How would you feel if you were playing football and a group of people started singing for you? I can't imagine there's a lot of things that would feel better, to be honest with you. Well, Kian, you flatter me. Thank you, mate. Very nice. See what I mean? People singing for you. It feels good, doesn't it? 500 county fans tomorrow. I'd imagine it to be closer to 600 or 700 because there will be a lot of people going up there paying on the day. There's a lot of county fans who live sort of in the East Midlands who will be going up the M1. A lot of county fans who live in the West Midlands who will be flying over the M42 and up the M1. So I think there's some up in the north as well. So I think you will see a lot of people. You'll see a lot more county fans who are paying on the day up in Leeds. Ellis Williams, you're a bit late. Let's hear it for our drummer, Ellis Williams, making himself a bit of a legend at the moment. Him and Mark Peplow up the county. We're playing brilliantly. Defence is sound, attacking, we're creating chances. Yeah, definitely. Got to agree with you. Keep this up, we might be going better places next season. Yeah, we're very difficult to beat at the moment. We're doing extremely well. It's still early days. We've got to keep it up. And obviously the way Flinney's got things set up, he's keeping players on their toes, keeping players playing well and earning their places in the team. So, yeah, it's all looking positive at the moment. Ellis, I need some gloves. Rob Taylor lost our gloves, or did the young lads, Harry and Ellis, the other Ellis, lose them before? I don't know. You have to ask them. We're going to have to try and invest in some new gloves for you, mate. Yeah, if you've got some blisters, you have to get your hands a little bit tougher, I think, mate. You and B, do you think Butler would be benched more often after the Crew game? Yeah, he got caught out a bit too often, didn't he? And Leeds have got some really good attacking wide players. So I think I'd be surprised if Butler starts tomorrow night. But Butler's very good going forward. So when we're playing against teams who don't have much of a wing threat, I think Butler will be played in that game. I think Flinney's picking his team on a game-to-game basis and not picking his best 11. I think he's looking at who will stand up well against the threats and counteract them. I think Butler showed that he's still not quite ready to be relied upon fully as a defender against Crew. So, no, I think he definitely made the right call against Coventry because of their attacking threat. Scabs, hi Taff, hi Scabs. Good to see you, mate. When will Jackson be back? I think he's close. Him and Bentos were close. I think Saturday we could see Jackson making an appearance on the bench. Chris Curtin, Joe Day, 2 brilliant saves at Coventry, best county defence I can remember. I've got to agree with you there, and Joe Day's even better, as I've always said, he's even better with a confident defence in front of him, so definitely, absolutely, definitely. Joe Day, brilliant defence as well. We're looking really good. Where's Dan Butler? Yeah, he got dropped in the last game. He got caught out a few too many times by Cooper of Crew. And I think we needed to play wing backs who were better at defending than him against Coventry, and it was 100% the right call. Sorry I called you an ugly get. Don't worry about it, mate. I can take a bit of banter as long as everyone can take it back, that's all. I see the one who asked me about the sheep shagging haven't come back unless he's a few posts down. We'll see. LATV, what do you think about the back four? Well, to be honest with you, I think we're playing more of a back three at the moment. Obviously, we've set up with White, Dimitri, O'Brien, Pipe on the right, Wilmot on the left, playing wing backs. So I think Flinney, he sets things up on a game-to-game basis. Sometimes you play a back four if he thinks that we can attack better through the middle. You know, because obviously the wing backs ain't gonna have to overlap. I think he plays 2 strikers if he thinks their defence is weak. He'll play with 2 sort of inside forwards with a striker in the same way if he thinks that, you know, that they're not, like I say, they're centre backs. If their centre backs can be ganged up on, he'll play inside forwards with a central striker. You know, he's got so many tricks up his sleeve. He knows how to put a plan in place. He knows how to put a game plan together, which is what's great about Flynn. We haven't had a manager who's ever really tried to do that. And another thing as well is Flynn's substitutes are always really, really good. Anyway, Jack Boy, hi, I'm always on your lives. Sorry I'm late. No worries, mate. Better late than never. Feel free to ask me anything you want to catch up on that. Scabs, 100% signing someone this week. Inside info here. Share it with us, mate. Who are we signing? If it's Eamon and Rodney, then it's old news, and I'm sceptical on whether we're actually going to get them over the line. But, you know, if we're signing someone, let us know who. Are you going to Leeds? Probably answered this, didn't hear. Yeah, I'm going to Leeds, mate. My boss, Jeff, fair play to him, lovely bloke. He's given me the half day at work. Obviously, I book it off for the holiday and all that, you know. But yeah, I'm definitely going to Leeds. Got to get some sleep in the car on the way back. I'm going to be knackered in work the next day. I haven't got the half day in the morning for the next day, you see. So get some sleep in the car. Big Phil. He's going to be sorting me out. Jack Boy, sheep shagging bastards. Oh, exactly. We know exactly what we are, mate. So who have we sold? We haven't really sold many players, have we? We haven't. I think Rhys Davis is the only one we got a fee for. We've let some players go, but then at the same time we put some players out on loan as well. So players are going to get some valuable game time and come back and fight for their place, I think. Aaron Williams, Jamie Turley. I think Jazzy Barn and Bob may go as well. So Jack Boy, Kian. Right, okay. It's Jack. Oh, have a conversation. Go for it, mate. I'll speak to Aaron now. What is our transfer record and how much? Probably, I think it's 35k for Christian Jolly. I think that's probably what it is. I know we paid a fee for Adam Chapman as well. I'm not sure how much. Connor Washington we paid a fee for. I think we only paid like $5,000 for him. What a steal, eh? The amount of money he's brought in as well. Do you think we need another forward? I've had a conversation with a mate of mine, Liam, recently about this. I think we're set as far as numbers are concerned, but I think we could do with someone who is going to guarantee us goals, which is why he's a big fan of the possibility of signing Eamon. But we'll have to wait and see. If we do sign him and we have got the money for him and we're not going to put ourselves, you know, in any sort of financial worry to sign him, I think he could be a real shrewd signing. Right, do you think there's a chance we can cause an upset tomorrow? Absolutely, mate. We caused the upset and we did it convincingly at Southend. We're going a division higher. We are going a real big jump higher, but Leeds haven't really got much of an attack at the moment, so it's something we could exploit. Something where we could soak up their pressure and catch them on the counter attack. We'll see. I mean, Flinney, he'll have a plan up his sleeve. What do I do for the job? I'm in industrial sales. I sell big and small parts to factories. Things like bearings, chain, belts, and sprockets, pulleys, tools, PPE, all that sort of stuff. I sell all that to big factories, basically, big factories and little factories. And you two having a conversation again. Carry on. Rhino lad, we're looking forward to our home game on Saturday. Hopefully we get 5,000. I got a funny feeling we might just do that. I mean, it's highly unlikely because the fickleness in Newport is pretty bad. But you can think of those 7,000 people that turned up for our game against Notts County. You're not going to forget having the time. You'd have the time of your life. You're not going to forget that anytime soon, are you? So I can't see any reason why we can't get the home crowd right up. As long as we keep playing well, and obviously with the pitch, it's looking lovely, isn't it? If you've seen the pictures, look at my last blog that I did. Not the Coventry one, but the one in the week I did last week. There is a picture at the beginning of the pitch. Ronnie Prater had the floodlights on tonight, and the pitch looked lush. Oh, there you go. And Ellis has been down there. He's seen the pitch. It looks lush. We're going to take your word for it, mate. What do you think of the new Bournemouth player on Saturday? Right, I know he struggled to get into the game, but he does look like the kind of player that's going to be pretty tricky. Against your weaker defences, he's going to upset them. I think obviously Coventry, they got a very good defence. It did take a fortunate goal for us to get their goal. I think they've won their 2 games without conceding. So the only goal they've conceded is against us in the league. So they have got a very strong defence there. Updates on how many tickets sold for the first home game? I'm not sure, mate. I think we're trying to get Leeds out of the way with first, and then we're going to concentrate on our home game then. UNB, we still need a backup goalkeeper because if something happens today, we've got no chance. Bittner's come in as backup goalkeeper, but I do agree. I think Bittner's well past it as a player. He's a very, very good goalkeeper coach, though, so I'm so glad that he's at the club, but I agree with you. I think we need a backup keeper just in case. Score prediction against Leeds. To be honest with you, I don't want to say we're going to lose, but if any of you guys that watch me regular enough know that I like to be realistic. So realistically, I think the chances are we're going to go up there and Leeds will probably win about 2-0. But you got to be optimistic in this. My prediction would be for a 2-0 Leeds win, but I'm not going to discount any chance that we may have. So that's pretty much where I'm going to leave that one. How many points do you think teams will need to stay up? I say we're going to go back to the 50 points to stay up this season, unless teams like Cheltenham and Morecambe start losing games, because I think Crawley, Yeovil, Cheltenham, Morecambe are the 4 standout favourites to go down right now. If they all start winning games a little bit more often, then other teams are going to be in the possibility of getting sucked into it. Hopefully we won't be one of them. But to be honest with you, I think we are going to be looking more towards the 50-point mark to stay up this season. Leeds had 15,000 fans against Port Vale in the last round. I heard they're doing under 16 £1 tickets. They think there's going to be 17 to 18,000. So 18,000, we get 45% of that. That's a nice little chunk of money for us to come away with, even if we do go out. So yeah, that's all good. Amanday, when do you think we will use our other kits? When we need them, basically. Away kits we only really bring in when we need to use them. I know we do have to use them a certain amount of times a season, and the black kit we have to use. You can only bring a third kit out if you intend to use it, and you have to use it a certain amount of times. I don't know exactly how often we need to use it though. Greg, hi Chris, good to be tuning in again. Well, thanks for tuning in, mate. RP looks great there looking at the pictures. Good to see the Argus getting behind the county this week. Yeah, definitely. The thing is, I think it's the responsibility of the local paper to support local sports, and Argus have always done that well, and they cover us pretty decently as well. But urging people to come and support us, that's something that we really need them to be doing, to be honest. Will you be live pre-game tomorrow? Yes, I will, as long as my phone doesn't die. You're looking forward to playing against the mighty Cambridge. To be honest with you, away at Cambridge, I don't tend to enjoy it because your fans tend to rub it in a bit, and we always lose. at you. Well, since you come back into the Football League, we've lost against you every time. So I don't particularly enjoy going to Cambridge. Like I say, your fans have a bit of a tendency to rub it in, and I don't particularly like that. But I'm a hypocrite, really, because I like rubbing it in myself. It's not nice to be on the receiving end of, though. But I think we're going to surprise you this year, mate. We're a lot stronger than we've been the last few years, so I think you're going to be in for a tough time against us. But Cambridge, you always bring it against us, so I'm not going to expect anything against you either. Kidderminster, yeah, you have had a good start. You're at the top end, ain't you? Whereabouts are you in the league? Give us an insight of where you're doing. End of the day, we're talking Newport County a lot. You're a Kidderminster fan, you tune in every week. Feel free to talk about your own team if you want. Rob Parsons to a retracted message. I hope I got something down there. Oh, Michael Flynn from Mayor, there we go. What were Coventry singing to the county? Oh, just the usual sheep shagging stuff, we're used to that now. Michael Flynn for Mayor, yeah, I'd go for that, but I prefer him to be Newport County manager, if I'm being honest. Kieran Mahoney, Cian Willis, we couldn't make out what they were singing. No, it did sound a bit weird at times. Couldn't always make it out. No, Black Kit is limited edition, yeah. I think we still have to use it though, because it is technically a third kit. How many goals do you think Newell will score? I've got a feeling he's going to bang 15 for us this season. Thoughts on lack of Radio Wales coverage for Newport? On about BBC, yeah, it is poor. I don't think it'll be the call of Rob Phillips. Rob Phillips has always been very supportive of us, but yeah, the coverage is poor. It's very, very poor. And obviously we're right to complain. Dolan is young for midfielder, 24, and he's very good too. Absolutely fantastic midfielder for us, he is. Absolutely love Dolan. I think he's been the signing of the season at the moment. Taylor Newton, the way our midfield is playing at the moment, does Tozer get a look at when he's fully fit? I think he's got to get a fair chance at it. I do believe he'll be good enough to play in a defensive midfielder role, but he does come forward well as well. So I think he will get a look in when he's fully fit, but he has got some stiff competition. He can't expect to get the shirt. Jody Kinsella going to both home and away against you. Good man. You do home and away with Cambridge every week then, do you? A bit like what I do. So do you think Pike will start tomorrow? Yeah, I think so. Depends. If Butler gets the nod, I think Wilmot will get the nod on the right. Wilmot's been great. He's been a real steal, he have. Coventry fans are the C words. I'm not going to say that out loud. It's a bit of a rough one. They were after the game, fair play. Word has it they were beating some boy up, and it wasn't fair. But I can't confirm that. That's just a rumour. But they did come looking for a fight with the guys on the buses. So yeah, they didn't do themselves any favours. Do you think Tozer will play a lot? If he gets his spot back in the team and he plays well, why not? On BBC Radio tomorrow. I'd like to think that we're going to be, but Wrexham might be playing against some team in Conference South in the FA Trophy, so I'd imagine they'll be covering that because apparently that's more important. That's sarcasm, by the way. What happened to Coventry after the game? There was a scrap or something. Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, Scabs. I'll just run through it quickly though. Coventry fans approached the buses to try and start a fight. Our buses opened up to try and fight them off. Coppers formed a wall towards our fans to start beating them with truncheons and verbally abusing and antagonising them and sparking reactions. It was pretty bad. There was a lot of county fans who got injured, and there was no need for it. Tozer lives in your street. Oh well, there you go. Say hello from me. Jack Wolven, what do you think about Wilmot over Butler? Wilmot obviously defends better, and yeah, he did. He defended really well against Coventry, and he came forward well. But Butler is very good going forward himself. So if we are looking to play a wing back option, and I think it could be a gamble to go with the back three and play a wing back option against Leeds because their attacking options are limited. But you can't discredit them. They're going to have some good stand-ins, to be honest. So that's down to Flinney. Thankfully, I haven't got to make that sort of decision. Tom Evans, how many fans do you think Coventry will bring to Roddy Parade after what happened on Saturday? They'll probably bring a crowd then. They'll probably fill out the away end, and good, we'll take their money happily, quite happily take their money. Bring as many as they want. Reece Cole, that's from Aaron Day. Yeah, he is a very, very good player, I think. Against Coventry, he played really well. Against weaker opposition, he's going to look even better. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more from Reece Cole. I hope he gets a start tomorrow night. Jody Kinsella again from Cambridge. Yeah, every game, only missed one in the last. That's dedication, mate. We gotta show Jody a bit of respect here, because that is good. To only miss one game in 3 seasons is great. I've missed a few games. I miss about 3 or 4 games a season away. I don't miss a home game. So yeah, fair play to you, mate. Good for you for supporting your team. And good for you for supporting your local team as well. That's a big thing. Who saw Joey Barton's tweet? I think he talked a lot of sense. David Pipe was brilliant. Oh yeah, absolutely. He defended well. He used to play for Coventry, mind. It was while he was playing for Coventry, he got his Wales cap, funny enough. You hope he starts tomorrow? Yeah, it depends. If we are going to try and play a bit more defensive, I think Pipey will get the nod. But then at the same time, if we're going to look to exploit them on the flanks, you got to look at the Wilmot and Butler combination on each side. Again, it's because they're not fair. They can't take losing. Right, okay, yeah, fair enough. They didn't take it very well. Didn't take it very well on Saturday, you're right there. Jack Kerry, watching highlights from last season, do you think Joe Day played a huge part in keeping us up? Yes, absolutely. People are saying he contributed to the loss of points because of his mistakes that kept us down there in the first place, but the saves he made, he saved us a lot of points as well, so he was great. And can he help us get a possible playoff spot? Yeah, well, if you remember Justin Edinburgh's sort of half last season, he left us in a playoff spot, and Joe Day was an astronomical contributor to that, in his goalkeeping performances. Obviously on loan from Peterborough, and then we signed him on a permanent. So there we go. Definitely can get us up there. But are we going to get a playoff spot? Can't rule us out. Rob Parsons, I saw if I can get punched by the bins. Did you mean to say the police there, or the bill? That's when the coach is emptied. Oh right, yeah. So you saw a fan of ours get punched by the fans. I'm guessing you mean to say fans there, when the coach is emptied and the police. So one of our fans were getting beaten up. The coach is emptied, and then the cops turned on us. Right, okay, yeah. Just like Wrexham a few years ago. Arseholes. Who do you want in FA Cup first round? Home to a crap non-league team. And then in the FA Cup second round, I want to be home to a crap non-league team, because when we get in the third round again. Get in the third round, and obviously last time we drew Liverpool. Unfortunately, we needed to beat Plymouth to get there. Hopefully, 2 crap home ties against 2 crap non-league teams, and then we're talking the possibility of a big draw again then. He lives next to you. So you called him shit. Of course he don't like you, mate. Jeez. Bluebirds TV, if you get next round in Cardiff... but there's a possibility that, I think in the third round the north and south is abolished, so anybody can get anybody then. So there could be the possibility that we could get Cardiff, yeah. Up the county, who we got tomorrow? What planet are you on, mate? We're playing Leeds away. I think it's bullshit. Maybe a few conspiracies that a game of Leeds is not on Sky. Well, to be honest with you, mate, we should be getting a game on Sky. We don't get games put on by Sky, and especially after we relegated Sir Jeff's team. He's like their prodigal son and all that. And Jeff Stelling and his band of wankers on that show. There's the only reason why Hartlepool's game was on, on the last game of the season. We're fucked tomorrow, to be honest. Disagree, Mark. I don't think so. I don't think we're fucked. I think we could beat them. It's just very unlikely that we will. Jack Wolvin, message retracted. Let's hope we get something down there. Ben White has played out of his skin. Ben White has been brilliant. I think he's an absolute bargain of a loan signing. We got him for the full season, and I don't think it's so much that he's going to be playing at left back. I think it's part of a 3-man centre back sort of pairing. I think himself and Dimitru get given the opportunity to move forward to keep 2 back. But I think we're playing a wing-back situation, a wing-back sort of thing. And Ben White and Butler play together on the left-hand side, linking up with Frank Noble. And they did really well, to be honest with you, going forward. It's just Butler let himself down at the back, that's all. What Mark does, you're the best after Taff. Right, is it in that order? I think Mark does really well with his YouTube channel. You've got to give him some credit for what he does. Mark, you better bring FM 17 for the bus. Yeah, bit of Football Manager that. Let the time fly. You'll be in Leeds in no time then. Chris Wood has got. I don't think we'll get battered now. Well, there's nothing to say we would have got battered anyway. You know, I mean, look at Peterborough, for example. They've won their first 3 games in League One, yet they lost 3-1 at home to Barnet in the Cup. The Cup, I don't know what it does to people, but form goes out the window. Ability doesn't go out the window, but, you know, thinking that you're going to get an easy game, it just don't happen. All right, Mark, thanking Kian. Yeah, some very nice words. Jack, do you think we should put our best teammate in the Cup as players will be tired? This early in the season, I don't think there's a real need to rest anybody just yet. It's when it gets on and the fixtures start piling up. I mean, the one thing we haven't got to really worry about is a fixture pile up, because our home games, we don't really have to worry about the home games, because they're not really going to get called off now, because the drainage is fixed, the pitch is fixed. We're going to be all right. We're not going to get any postponements unless we get some completely messed up rain. Right, you want to F Coventry right up? Well, you go for it, mate. Yo, Mark, what's up? Oh, you have a conversation, go for it, guys. Jody Kinsella again, what happened to you in Coventry? Well, like I said, it was a police setup, and a lot of our fans got injured by police hitting them with batons in the face and stuff like that. Really bad. Charlie Corton, have you seen the new pitch? I haven't seen it in person, but I've seen plenty of pictures. It's looking great. As you say, yeah, it looked amazing. But Dragons are playing on it Friday night. Playing football and rugby on the same pitch and issue despite the new pitch. Depends how they maintain it. It depends how they treat it after the games. Swansea don't have much of a problem, and one other team might create a bit more of an issue, but as long as they maintain it right. And I've been quite critical of the ground staff over Ronnie Parade, and it's only really been of the maintenance of the drainage and not for trying to get the games on. If they look after this pitch properly, then it'll be fine, and everyone will reap the benefits of having it. KN Games and Mark still talking. What's the odds? Take it. Take it. Obviously, you mean us getting Cardiff in the next round. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. I mean, Burnley and Blackburn have drawn against each other. I can't see why Cardiff and Newport can't draw against each other. You tend to find that these local derbies come up in the Cup a lot more often than you'd think. Your mum just gave you a slap for calling me an ugly get. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I mean, I'm not exactly pretty, am I? So there you go. You're not far wrong, to be honest with you. Okay, Mark Platinum Bridge. You say fair play a lot. I don't know, it's just one of those things, mate. Especially when I'm on camera. Believe it or not, I do get a bit nervous, so some things just come out in ways that they will. So there you go. Jody Kinsella, we played Leeds last year in the FA Cup, and they weren't that good, even though they beat us. I remember that, and you did get quite close, didn't you? But Sutton knocked them out last year. So if Sutton can beat Leeds, surely Newport County can beat Leeds. So, you know, we got to feel optimistic, but be realistic at the same time. Win or lose tomorrow, looking forward to going to a big club and singing my heart out. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You know, we're going to go there, we're going to make a good account of ourselves as fans. If the players lose on the pitch, like when we lost 3-0 at West Brom in the League Cup second round, it was a good night out. We all enjoyed it, and there we go. What do you think of the link-up play between Cole Dolan and Wilmot? It was great, wasn't it? They seem on the same wavelength. You know, it just goes to show that the togetherness is obviously there, because they're obviously getting to know each other as people and as players. So obviously Flynn has created that kind of environment. So anything is possible, especially when you've got players with the ability that they've got and the quick thinking. They obviously know how to read a game well, and to read each other so well, so quickly. 3 players who haven't played together at all. Yeah, the link-up play has been great between all the players. And we're going from strength to strength every game, I feel. Mark just uploaded. Yep, well done. Let's all go watch Mark's video after this. If it's the Dragons, they will leave it. Last year it was the worst. The pitch was, well, yeah, we had an awful pitch, but it's been relayed. We got a Desso type pitch. Yeah, it's looking much better. Mickey, Hero and Dave, best back 3 in League 2. Yeah, got to agree. We got a very good back 2. We got a Blackpool fan. How's it going, mate? How's it going in League 1 for you all? Wugs 8. Hey, Oyster Night 2, by the way. Mark Platinum Bridge, top man. I like listening to these Taff's words, even though I support Peterborough. Oh, well, fair play to you. I mean, I've just been very complimentary about Peterborough. They've had a really good start. I really like your chairman, by the way. Dara, is it? Dara McAnthony, is it? I really like him. I think he's a top bloke. He is. He's been really good with us as well. He did give us a bit of advice to pass on to our board with regards to the situation with Ronnie Parade, and so fair play to him for taking the time out to do that. Kian, I'm dropping a diss track on him. Oh, well, go on in, crack on. So I take it you want to talk about Lamar Reynolds there, L's vlogs. Not quite sure what you're asking there though, mate. Reynolds, lad, come back the lads tomorrow, guys. Football miracles happen. There we go. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's the kind of optimism we want. Has Newell ever played against Leeds? I'd imagine for West Ham when Leeds were in the Championship, he would have, or possibly would have. So yeah, I think he will have. He played for Ipswich and Wolves in the Championship as well, so the chances are he have. So remember when we drew Man United, or when you drew Man United, and then you went to Old Trafford, and is it who's the big guy who was playing for you, the big black lad? I can't remember his bloody name now. Used to play for Wimbledon, big guy, and he missed a sitter right in the first few minutes. But yeah, I bet you went to that game. I bet you that was a night to remember as well, playing at Old Trafford, with Cambridge. Sam Hay, good point at Doncaster. How have the O's started? Who's the O's? Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading a couple of others ahead as well. Who are the O's exactly? 3 of us going from Hertfordshire tomorrow, 1 from Bradford. Oh, there you go, and happy days. Lots of people going tomorrow. Boo, Blackpool. Right, you guys have it 8, if you must. Oyster 8, yeah, there we go. You support Orient. Oh, you support Orient, of course you do. You're looking quite good at the moment. You're looking the better of the 2 teams that went down anyway. Hartlepool starting really poorly at the moment. Let's get a chant going for Blackpool, Oyster 8. I've still got a scarf here somewhere as well. Advice on how to get out of the National League. Don't get individuals. Get a team. Get a fully functional team and a manager who knows how to bring a team together. That's how you get out of the National League. Big man, bloody hell, where have you been, mate? Sorry about being late. No worries, mate. That's fine. Top fans, you lot. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Top fans, you as well. I mean, fair play. Your fans are good. I do like Orient fans. Shall we try my new Noble chant? I think I'm being outvoted on that one, mate. I think we got a different Noble chant. I think in our Amber Army group, we decide upon chants and we vote for them. And so far, I'm being outvoted on that one, unfortunately. I think I'll teach you the new one if that does turn out to be the one that gets voted in. Recover from Man City's shocking performance. Or is it the ref's shocking performance? I think Man City looked pretty good at, being honest with you, especially with 10 men against 11 to be attacking the way they did. Tom Elliott, that's the one. For some reason, I was thinking Tom Youngs, that is a former player of Cambridge. I know Tom Elliott, yeah. I quite like Tom Elliott. I think he's good, except he did miss that sitter at Old Trafford. Oyster 8, and obviously Leighton Orient, your Italian owner, has he gone yet? Has somebody else bought you yet? I think they have, haven't they? Could you answer that for me, Els? Tom Elliott. Newport started very well, Sam, to be honest. We just won at Coventry. We drew our other 2 away games and we beat Southend in the League Cup 2-0 away. All away games as well. Tom Elliott, there we go, happy days. Leighton Orient. And National League playing tomorrow. I don't think they are. We might actually have a friend of ours who's a Tranmere fan coming with us to the game. So I don't think National League are playing tomorrow. He's usually at every Tranmere game. Best signing's got to be Rob. I can't disagree with that. I mean, personally, I think Dolan's the best signing, but Robbie Wilmot is definitely one of the better signings. I've got to agree with you that he's a good signing. Watch over the stream later. Yeah. I mean, no, I think I had my first ever heckler, to be honest with you. I had someone coming in here calling me a sheep shagger and asking me when I last shagged my last sheep. Bloody hell. And people know I get plenty off him. Up the county, good man. We have Luke Berry, best midfielder in the league. Luke Berry, I do like Luke Berry. He is a very good midfielder. Does know how to run his midfield. But I think Matt Dolan's stiff competition for him. He is very good, Matt Dolan. Here we go, as agreed upon by Lewis. There we go. Tom Elliott, big, strong and quick. Yeah, and they tend to be the best strikers. I mean, you look at John Akindi. If you know how to find the net and you're big and strong and quick, then you're going to be a John Akindi. I think that's what Newell's going to be for us this season as well. Oh, there we go. We've got a debate on the go. There we go. Who's the best midfielder? What do you say about the Newell chant? Phone was buffering. All right, okay. The Newell chant. I'm being outvoted on that one. It was my suggestion. The one, if you saw the Wolves van with the Punjabi band, I wanted to convert that chant into a noble chant, but I'm being outvoted on it. There is another one put into the group that people are preferring at the moment. If you've heard the Christian Benteke chant that Liverpool did about the striker, the Belgian striker, I'm not sure if Liverpool or Villa had done it. Have a listen up for that one. That's basically looking like it's going to be Noble's chant from us. Good luck tomorrow from Bluebirds TV. Thank you very much, mate. Fuck Oyster is a waste. Right, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, owners like that in football are just not wanted, completely not wanted. I know the Football League have got to clamp down on this. The new owner's a rich American fan with his mate. They've spent Alright, okay, so they spent a bit of money and got in players like David Mooney, Jobby McAnuff and George Ellacobi. Yeah, fair play, they are good players. I think you'll do well this year. I think you're being well saved. I think you'll probably go up. You and Tranmere to go up, I think. Bluebirds TV. Mendes Lane. I never thought he'd make the jump to Championship. I was proved wrong on that one. John Akindi, yeah, should be in the Championship. I agree with you. Why is Akindi not... Is he not starting for Barnet? That's mental. Or he don't want to play. I don't know what's going on there. You're not famous anymore, should be there. To be fair, I don't want to sing anything against Leeds. I really don't want to sing anything against them because they've given us a share of the money that they didn't have to give. So fair play to them. Anyway, guys, we've been on here for 3/4 of an hour now, so I have to start winding this one down now. Oyston is, I can't really say that, mate. I'll leave that one for you. Aaron Day, he wants to leave. How well do you see Lincoln and Forest Green doing this year? Not as well as people think they're going to do. You know, I mean, teams come up from the conference thinking that they're going to take over League Two. It doesn't quite happen anymore, does it? To be honest with you. The thing about Elliot, he's injured. Injury proneness. That's probably the only thing that's holding a player like him back. Akindi's been injured. There you go. That's got to be the reason why. Blackpool spent less than 100k in this window. Thing is, you don't have to always spend money to put a team together. There's plenty of good free agents out there in the lower leagues. Yep, there we go. Night Taff, night up the county. I think our Football League status is safe this year after seeing Forest Green and Yeovil. Did you go to that game then, did you? If so, yeah, some intel would be good. Cheers, Rob. Thank you, mate. See you tomorrow night, mate. County for the playoffs next year. Next year, maybe, yeah, if we keep pushing it, keep building as we have been. Greg, great broadcast again. Thanks, mate. I'll see you Saturday, mate. Night, big man. Yep, I'll see you up Leeds, Ellis. Bring stickers. Oh, yes, I will. Don't you worry. Forest Green are going down. I don't think they'll go down, but I don't think they're going to do as well as their owner thinks they're going to. Loving the Football Manager series. Yeah, guys, I'm not really getting a lot of views on the Football Manager series, and I think it is bringing back some good results on the experiment I'm doing. So I would appreciate if you guys give the Football Manager series a go. Big man's bigging it up for us, so it is pretty decent at the moment, I think. Yeah, David Piper's still with us. We signed him on a free from Eastleigh. Yeah, goodbye all. Goodbye. Just make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. Oh, good man. Yeah, fair enough. So Ronald Lad didn't go to watch Forest Green and Yeovil. His money saved for the county. There we go. Happy days. So, yeah, as I said, let's all go and watch Mark's video now. Leave him a comment and a like as well. Let's show what Mark does a bit of love. And yeah, calling it there then. And thanks all for getting involved. Same time next week. We'll try and put a blog out later in the week. Maybe a follow-up on the Leeds game. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be doing the live stream of the draw if we get through, to be honest. I'm not getting up at 4:15 in the morning. What an absolute shambles that is, by the way. But yeah, thanks for getting involved again, guys. It's been a good one again. Really appreciate it. And until next time, cheerio. Thank you very much. Up the county.